Hello, everyone. Welcome to Shimmer Girl Talks. First of all, I would like to thank everybody that's been so patient with me, as my videos are tend to be few and far between. Last year, 2021, I had a very busy work schedule where they had us on something that's called a critical status, where we had to literally work 7 days a week for 90 days. It was a nightmare. So, that took up a lot of my time, to make videos and, things like that. But something drew me out of the woodwork, so to speak. And that is a comment that Kierra Sheard made a few weeks ago. And if you are not familiar with her, she is the daughter of Karen Clark Sheard, part of the Clark sisters, famed gospel group. I mean, I used to listen to them back in the 80s. I can't sing, otherwise, I would have tried to sing one of their songs, but they were the jams back then. So, anyway, Kierra Sheard, I guess, is a newlywed woman of about a year, and she made the comment about when her friends come to town, she prefers to put them up in a hotel versus having them stay at her house with her and her husband. Well, as you can imagine, in this day and age, that sounded so weird, archaic, stupid, insecure, whatever insults that, people want to throw out there. And the thing is, this is what older women from the church, at least back in the day, used to warn their newlywed daughters or young ladies at the church. You don't have friends all up in your house every day, all day. And one thing that I have learned as time is going on, we live in such a hedonistic, do what makes you feel good society now. And so here you have this woman, Kierra Sheard, who wants to protect her home, her marriage, her husband. And a lot of people clowned her for that. And I'm going to say a lot of times it's women who don't have husbands, so they don't understand where she was coming from. And I actually got that same message when I first got married from my mother. She said, don't have your friends all up in your house. Now, some people might look at, women's husbands and be like, girl, ain't nobody looking at your man. Don't nobody want him but you and stuff like that. And most of the time, that's the case. But a lot of people need to understand, and I have mentioned this in videos before, you'll be surprised once you become a wife. Not everybody is happy for your marriage, and that includes your friends, some of your friends. And you don't know what the other person is thinking. That includes your husband, that includes friends. And a lot of times, cheating is opportunistic. I remember one day, a friend of mine, she's from another country. She's been married about 24 or so years now. And she told me many years ago, I wasn't even married. I didn't even know my husband at this point. And she said, you have to protect your husband. And I could hear some women now, protect your husband. Ain't he a grown man? He can't protect himself. And I remember, I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but years ago, my grandmother, now my grandparents were married about 67 years before she died. And then my grandfather died about 5 years later. And this is what my grandmother told me. She said that my grandfather would ask her to come into the store with him because he didn't know how to keep the women off of him. And you would be surprised at some shady women that will eyeball your husband, you know. And unfortunately, that includes friends. And I'm going to give an example. I'm going to give you two examples. One, this popular chef, I used to watch her all the time. I'm not going to name her name. And her husband had died of cancer. So her best friend, her very best friend, would send her husband over to her, to take lunch, to comfort her, or whatever. What do you think happened? she ended up with her friend's husband. And I'm pretty sure that friend did not think sending her husband over to her friend's house would turn into a relationship. And something that people don't seem to understand, and I've said this before, either in my writings or on in my videos, I don't remember, affairs don't start in the bedroom. They start off as friendships and familiarity, and sneaking a lunch date here or calling there. And all of a sudden, there's a relationship that's formed that wasn't supposed to form, didn't mean to form. Look at Jada Pinkett and Will Smith and the situationship, you know, or, and I would also like to bring up an example of Kenya Moore from Real Housewives of Atlanta. If any of you guys watch it, then you know that years before she was married, she had told Phaedra Parks that her husband, he could talk to anybody he wants. Well, of course, a single woman is going to say that. No married woman would tell another married woman that. I'm pretty sure that that's just not going to happen. And of course, Phaedra was offended. And I'm team Kenya, by the way. So this isn't a thing of, oh, I don't like Kenya, so that's why I'm saying this. I like Kenya. I don't really care for Phaedra, but I'm going to be team wife, period. And so to backtrack, Kenya said that Phaedra's husband, Apollo, can talk to any woman he wants. And so I remember thinking to myself, she's going to eat those words one day. One day she's going to be a wife, and I hope and pray that she's a wife so she can understand what she just told another woman who's a wife. And what do you think happened? Kenya Moore got married, and she and her husband were having problems, and he latched on to Nene Leakes. And Kenya did not care for that because she figured, okay, well, I'm not cool with her right now, so I don't want you to be cool with her. And I sometimes wonder, does she ever think back to what she told Phaedra? So if you're going by that logic, then it's okay that your husband befriend Nene. He isn't your husband allowed to just speak to any woman he wants? Think about it. So going back to Kierra Sheard, she was not wrong to say that. Now, she was not wrong to say that. But again, in this day and age where people are pro other woman, pro side chick, pro sneaking and creeping, they don't understand a woman that's proactively trying to protect her home. And I just want to put it out there, ladies, when you become a wife, your husband is your priority. Your marriage and your home is your priority. Don't let people come in between you. Now, I can see somebody yelling at the screen now. See, y'all be letting these men off the hook. He grown, he gonna do what he gonna do. I promise you, the women that's talking like that, they don't have a husband. They don't have nothing to lose. And this is not letting the men off the hook. Trust and believe. As a wife, you're going to deal with your husband. Trust. But you're going to deal with him in private. You don't take it out to the masses and in public. So this is not letting the men off the hook. But as a woman, you should, stay in your lane. And this is something that people don't want to do. They prefer to sneak and creep, and it's all fun and games and cute until it happens to them. So this is like one of my topics that just kind of like boils me up, and I know I did not get all of my thoughts out on it, but I did write a blog article. So if I remember, I'm going to put it in the comment section or my details or whatever. But hope you enjoyed my video. And again, I want to thank my subscribers. Thank you for being patient. And, so I hope to have more videos in the future. And I will talk to you all later. Bye.